Hi, I'm Mitch Steele. I'm the brewmaster at New Realm Brewing Company. I'm here in Atlanta. Welcome to our brewery. Welcome to our beer. So we are in the Atlanta brewery of New Realm. We've got two brewing systems. So we've got a big system out behind us that is a Steinecker 20-barrel system. And then down below, we have a 2-vessel 5-barrel system that we use for doing pilot batches. Since we expanded into Virginia and started brewing in our Virginia Beach location, Atlanta has become our innovation brewery. And so this is where we do a lot of our product development. We've got a great brewing team here led by Tyler Downey, who's our head brewer. And the beer that we have at the festival is called Jacked Squatch, and we played around with that recipe here before we sent it up to Virginia Beach to brew it. So we're really excited about our Jacked Squatch Double IPA this year. It's part of our Monsters Myths series, which is a series of 4 double IPAs that we do every year. Each one comes out about every 3 months, and we use a completely different recipe in each of the beers. The Jacked Squatch this year features 2 hop varieties that we haven't used a whole lot of. One is Lotus, which gives the beer this really intense orange candy type of character. And then the other hop is Strata, which we used in a collaboration brew last year and haven't used it since, but we're really excited about Strata. It's a hop that was developed in Oregon, and it's got a really intense berry character and kind of a cannabis resiny character as well. Hi again. So we're here in our barrel room at New Realm Brewing Company in Atlanta. This is a smaller version of what we have up in Virginia Beach, but it's also a very nice room. It's temperature controlled. We just brewed a Belgian triple that is aging in Jack Daniel's barrels right now as we speak. So we do some fun things here. Thought I'd take the opportunity to talk you through some of the beers that we make at New Realm. So in case you ever have the opportunity to go out and try them, you know a little bit about them before you try them. And so I'm just going to walk through these 5 beers and go through some tasting comments on it. So the first beer here is Hazy Like a Fox IPA, and this is our #1 selling beer. It's a hazy IPA. We use, obviously, we use El Dorado and Azacca hops and Idaho 7 hops in this beer. It's got that classic orange juice character. It's not too bitter. It's got a lot of juiciness to it, and then the El Dorado adds a lot of lemon and a bit of spiciness, and the Azacca adds a bit of pineapple. So you've got this whole tropical fruit thing going on in this beer. You can see it's got some haze to it. We brew with oats and wheat and also flaked barley, which adds a little bit to the smoothness of the beer. So this is our #1 seller. Very, very drinkable IPA with a lot of character and a lot of flavor. So it's a tasty one for sure. Next beer that we have is a little bit more traditional IPA. It's called Hoptropolis IPA. We were shooting to try and make an IPA that had a lot of tropical hop flavors. So that meant new hops. We use Citra, Mosaic in this one. We use Laurel, and then again we use Azacca. So you get this blend of fruits of citrus and peach and pineapple, and then a little bit of tropicalness to it. And it's got a little bit of a dankness to it too, just a hint, not enough to make it pronounced, but just enough to kind of balance everything else out. And this is not the most bitter IPA that we brew. This one is pretty moderate as far as its bitterness level. It's intensely hoppy in the aromatics and flavor, and that's what we were shooting for. It's medium bodied and about 6.5% alcohol and about 50 IBUs. So it's not overly aggressive on the bitterness level, but it is unmistakably an IPA with a lot of really good hop character in it. The next beer that I wanted to talk about, this Lima the Party, is part of a series of Kettle Sour beers that we've been doing over the last couple of years, and this has been one of the most popular ones that we do. Lima the Party is brewed as a goza, which means that it has salt in it, and it is kettle soured. with a lactic acid bacteria, and then we go through a fermentation with regular beer yeast, and then we add key lime juice and a little bit of vanilla to this. And the flavor profile of this is tart, but it's got this key lime pie kind of character. You know, you get a little bit of that graham cracker crust character, and you get a lot of lime. And it's, you know, it's definitely a Kettle Sour. It's got some tartness to it, but it's incredibly refreshing. And it's a fun beer for us to brew every year. And, you know, look for that. If this one is not out, chances are we have another Kettle Sour that is out. We do a whole series of these. So this is one of the ones that was the most popular and one of our favorites. It's just incredible, you know, a little hint of vanilla, what that does to the overall character of the beer. I'm giving away secrets now, but. The next beer is one of our brewers' favorites. This is Euphonia Pilsner. This is originally brewed as a North German Pilsner that was hop bursted in the whirlpool with a lot of German hops. The primary hops that we use in this beer are Hersbrucker from Germany, and also Huell-Melon, which is a newer German hop that has, as the name would suggest, kind of a melony type character. But the overall impression of this beer in the aromatic is very floral, very German. You know, the German malts, it's 100% German malt, Weyermann Pilsner malt, and it's got a little bit of bitterness to it. It's about 30 IBUs, but the hop aromatics are what make this beer. And it's one of those beers that we worked on at the very start. I mean, we wanted to have a really nice Pilsner. I was inspired by several craft brewed Pilsners to do this one, and it's one of our favorite beers. We actually won an award for this beer. We won the Best of Show in the Virginia Beer Cup in 2019 with this beer, which was tremendously exciting. It's quite an honor. That's a pretty intense competition, and there were somewhere around 25 to 35 categories, and the gold medal winners in each category were put up against each other to come up with the best of show, and our beer won a couple years ago. So that was really cool. It's a brewer's favorite for sure. It's one of my passion projects. I haven't had the opportunity to brew hoppy Pilsners much in my career, so it was really fun for me to do this. And this is my go-to beer typically when I'm at New Realm and at the bar. Just a really, really tasty lager. And you know, it's funny, at New Realm we do a bunch of lagers. We're not just an IPA brewery. In our restaurants, if you come to our restaurants in Virginia Beach and Atlanta and soon to be Savannah, Georgia, you'll find that we have a nice variety of beers and beer styles, and we do several German style lagers. We've got a Munich Dunkel that we think is phenomenal. We seasonally brew an Oktoberfest beer, which is in the Märzen style. We've got a German Hefeweizen, which isn't technically a lager, but it's definitely very German. We've done Schwarz beers. We've got another lager that's coming out this summer in our restaurants. It's going to have a little more hop character, but not as much bitterness. And so we're having some fun brewing lagers, brewing Kettle Sours, and brewing IPAs. When you come to New Realm, you'll always find a dark beer on tap. That's one of the things that we listen to our customers about. So you get a nice variety of beer. And my goal when anybody comes into New Realm and they want a beer, they're going to find something that they like. You know, whether it's a West Coast IPA, whether it's a hazy IPA, whether it's a tropical IPA, whether it's a Kettle Sour, whether it's a German lager, you're going to find all of those when you visit New Realm. And hopefully you get a chance to do that and enjoy your visit and enjoy the beer selection and the amazing food that we have as well. The last beer I have here is Jacked Squatch, which is the beer that you have in your packets for the festival. Again, we used Lotus hops from Hopsteiner, and we used Strata hops from Crosby hops in this beer. just a really interesting hop combination. A lot of like, somebody said it was, one of our brewers and taste panel said it was like orange, hard orange candy, and somebody else said it was more like an orange starburst candy. But it's got this intense orange candy kind of character. And then behind it, you get this resiny, somewhat cannabis-like and strawberry and raspberry type of thing going on from the strata hops. So it's a neat combination, and we hope you like it. We hope you really enjoy it. It's a special beer for us. We only brew it once a year, so you guys are getting it fresh off the can line. Cheers, everybody. Have a great festival.